Okay, just before anyone makes any assumptions, no, I don't sleep with a stuffed dog anymore. That was just something from my childhood used as a prop in this video, so huge disclaimer. So. He basically fell asleep on the job.
I love you so much, I love you so much, I can't even tell you how much I love you. You're special to me, you're special to me. I'm lucky to have you as part of my life. I love you, I love you, I love you.
Review us, Jonathan. Review us.
Should I? Alright, it's time I give you guys that review. Sorry I took so long. I guess I'll do this now. Hey guys, this is Jonathan back here on A.C.W.M. As you can see, I kind of woke up from a nap. But nonetheless though, today we're going to be reviewing something I promised you guys that I'd review. But for some reason, my brain didn't decide to work on the day I promised to review them. And it was like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go get some sleep and I'm just gonna relax a bit. Maybe I'll do it later. And then eventually I said I'd do it later in the year, so it's past Christmas, and I'm gonna be reviewing them. Today we're gonna be reviewing my 2 Disney vintage Telco talking Motionettes, and they are right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you view them for a bit. Oh, by the way, now that I have you over here, I wanted to show you something. We have a special outlet over here that, believe it or not, is able to switch on by a light switch. So I have all my Motionettes switched on from the power strip right here to this switch. So, and on the count of 3, I'm gonna show you something really cool. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Ain't that cool or ain't that cool? Woo! I love that right there, baby. I just love that. Anyways, let me get y'all over here. So here they are, folks. Here's my Telco talking Pooh and Tigger Motionettes. Actually, let me turn off the TV. Not a fan of Dakota and Jenna for myself. There we go. Not a fan of them personally. Whew. I haven't really done a good review on these in a while, to be honest with you, because on my personal channel, that was the one I did a review of them on, but I did it in my garage instead of in the living room, so this is a lot better of a view. Yes, folks, you know what? We're gonna try this again in my garage. Let's see how this goes this time. Yes, the glorious memories of for when my channel was called Jonathan Lewis Music and then eventually flexed to JDL to be more than just music, so that way I wouldn't have the pressure on me to constantly be a music channel, and I could be more than just that. Good times. I'm glad I made that intro too. Anyways, that's besides the point. Let's go back to the video. Now, how I originally discovered Telco was through this prop called the Frankie Singing Lamppost, which is also made by Telco. Now, how I discovered the lamppost was through an old friend of mine named Abigail, really sweet girl. I was at a Christmas party of hers back in '08, and at the time, I would have been 7 years old. If you don't know what a Frankie post looks like, I'll show you right now.
It's the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Dooby dooby doo, dooby dooby doo, dooby 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 doo. In Chelsea,
It's kind of interesting looking if you ask me. In fact, it probably looks a little bit traumatizing. It wasn't like a real moving motionette like these things are. It was just more so like an animatronic that just stood there, and then when you activate it, like with a little motion sensor like these things have, it would play music and it would sing like a whole medley of Deck the Halls, Ding Dong Merrily on High, and the dooby 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 doo dooby dooby doo on Angels We Heard on High. So instead of Gloria, it's dooby dooby doo dooby dooby doo dooby dooby doo, which kind of sounds a little more funkier that way. But, you know, it's kind of cool. It's a pretty genius mindset behind that kind of thing, I guess. Sorry about that. Taylor will sometimes be like, dude, what is it with you and kids and things? But anyways, I remember sometime along the line, I remember a bunch of my friends at that party, and I remember thinking, oh, that just must be like a still Christmas decoration. It probably doesn't do anything. You know, it's kind of weird looking. And then I remember the boys going over to that thing, and they were sliding that thing around. Abigail says, a friend of us gave us that a long time ago. And I'm thinking, okay. I'm just looking from a distance because I didn't really want to get involved in whatever the heck they were doing to that thing. And then I hear music, I hear ding, 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 and then I see the eyelids in the mouth start opening. And man, oh man, was I terrified of those kind of things. Then the next time I would have seen that thing was when I was watching Jimmy Master Animatronics. I would have been just looking at one channel that's on there by the name of Joe Bean Videos, and he was reviewing that on there. By the way, shout out to Joe Bean Videos for posting that up there. You finally helped me remember what that thing was. I was like, oh yeah, I remember my friends used to have that. Oh yeah, I remember that. That thing was weird. So yeah, that's how I discovered that thing. And then I discovered there were the different variants. There was the dancing variant. There was a black one. Instead of the bow tie, it has the scarf all over it, which is kind of cool. If you guys follow Taylor Claypack, she also has a Frankie as well. She only has the standing one, it doesn't dance. So, meanwhile, as I'm looking through all the different things Telco made, I actually remember seeing what a Motionette was, and I discovered that Motionettes were these things. And as I show you some screen recordings from different videos on your screen right now, that's basically what Motionettes were. And I'll be honest with you, I remember just looking at the doll Motionettes, and I remember thinking, dude, those things are creepy. And my mom never really liked them at all. I'm honestly thinking this probably would have creeped her out as well. Adorable, but at the same time kind of haunting if you ask me. So then eventually I discovered these things on YouTube, so we're back to these. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and then I eventually bought one off eBay. The seller that was selling me these sold them all together, so it was a 2-for-1 kind of deal. And it was a pretty expensive price. I'll go ahead and show you how much I paid for it right now. And that was pretty darn expensive, I will be honest with you. I probably went a little too far in my spending at that time, so be careful your financial decisions, people. You might regret it later down the road. Now, there's also different variants of Tigger and Pooh. I'll try to go through those very, very quickly. This guy, of course, you can see has the variant he's at right now. And also, there's apparently some variants of these guys where they have green scars, and I think one of them is supposed to have like a little ornament with a little spring on it that hangs down here, which is cool. For some reason, mine didn't come with that, but that's alright. I'm not picky. There are some Tigger and Pooh characters that move their head back and forth, and they say the same phrases as these things, except Pooh is in his nightcap holding cookies, and then there's one Tigger also. Tigger has a rolling pin, so you got Pooh Bear eating cookies and milk at night, and of course this guy's baking right over here, which is kind of clever, to be honest with you. You know, for the whole Christmas spirit. And then there's another thing of Tigger bouncing on his tail. That one's okay. By the way, I should mention the chef hat Tigger, the milk and cookies Pooh, and the bouncing Tigger are all powered on battery. These two are all run on an adapter, which that's one of the reasons why I like these also, because they're run on adapter. The only thing that I cannot stand about the bouncing Tigger is when it goes up and down. I promise you it's not low battery, but the pitch goes up and down. It's weird. I think those Telco animatronics back then had a little bit of a pitch issue before they went out of business.
Merry Christmas! That's M-E-R-R-Y. And a Christmas, too!
But otherwise, though, it's not really too big of a deal, but I was just like, I'm not sure if I want that. So I got these because they were a little more old school. So there's that for you. But man, oh man, there are certainly, like, there's a lot to these guys. So let me go ahead and show you behind the scenes. Right here on both these Motionettes, you have a switch to turn the power on, and then the sensor off and the sensor on. So let's say you want to run these without them talking, you can just turn like sensor off and it'll just, move like this. So they're currently on that moving mode, but if you want them just off altogether, you just flick the switch to another side and it'll turn them off. And then you put it in the middle, the sensor only activates their talking, so you can have it talk that way. And I really think these things are kind of unique because I like how it plays a tune in the beginning and then it just speaks out their phrase. That's just definitely something unique you never really see anymore these days. They definitely make a great home accent. That is probably one of the greatest reasons of buying these for me. Anyways, so without further ado, I'm gonna get my rear out of the way. And I think I'm gonna show Tigger first since he was the first one I discovered. So I'm gonna flick his switch to the middle.
Merry Christmas! That's M-E-R-R-Y. And a Christmas, too!
He's also sound activated, so in a moment you're gonna hear me clap, and that's gonna make him go off. The crazy thing is, too, is like when you turn the sensor on, that actually like immediately activates him, so that's just kind of crazy. But man, oh man, are these things sensitive. So anyways, let me get back onto it.
Ooh, I think I heard some jingly bells.
Gotta love that phrase.
Bounce, 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 bounce. Tigger's on the way. Tiggers love Christmas. The wonderful thing about Christmas is, Christmas. Don't be ridiculous. Merry Christmas.
Alright, then the last phrase. Alright, then the last phrase is coming up right here. Stomping foot will work.
TTFC. Ta-ta for Christmas.
Anyways, that's his phrases for you. Let me go ahead and
Merry Christmas.
so I have his sensor turned off right now,
Why? And a Christmas too.
but he's still going, so I technically didn't really turn him off all the way. So anyways, there's that for you. And now we're going to move on to Pooh. Pooh's got some certainly, cute phrases as well. They're both unique in their own way. One thing I must mention about these things, there is a, the label is not on here right now, but it's a warning label that tells you, like, upon turning off the power, after you turn off the sound mode, you need to allow like 10 seconds to let it relax for a bit before you turn it on. What the heck? Guys, stop barking. Hang on one second. My goodness, you guys are like psychopaths. Ugh. Gotta love it when your dogs make the noise, right? Oh, where was I? Oh yeah. The 10-second thing. What can happen is, I think it does some like damage to it or something. Like, it'll make a weird sound when it, like, you do that. I have no idea why it does that. I think that's just how the quality of technology was back then for you. So thanks a lot, 1990s, for doing that to us back then and teaching us how to work this. No thanks to the owner who tore the label off. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and turn this guy on. And just in case you're wondering, no, I am not gonna play them all at the same time. Without further ado, here's Pooh. Go, buddy.
Ho, ho, ho! I'm just in time for Christmas.
He's known for playing the tune We Wish You Merry Christmas instrumental out of him a lot, and you'll see that as I keep activating him.
Deck the halls with pots of honey. It's Christmas Day. A very good day for being a Pooh Bear. Oh, I wish every day could be Christmas Day. I wish me a Merry Christmas and some honey too.
This next part I like. I like it when it does the little marimba intro of Away in a Manger. I really think they should have added a extra phrase in this guy. Instead of doing like We Wish You Merry Christmas, they could have had it be like do 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 do. After that. But wasted potential nonetheless. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, so you'll see what I mean. Away in a Manger. Here you go.
The best part about Christmas is spending it with friends like you.
The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. Missing in action. Anyways, alright, here's his final phrase for you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year too.
Alright, well, that's all their phrases for you. I'm going to go ahead and turn them back to their sensor off position so that way... Oops. Gotta allow 10 seconds now. Okay, that was probably less than 10 seconds, but I always get the positions confused on those switches. Anyways, there's that for you. Well, that was a lot of fun. You guys got to see the Motionettes and how they worked, and they're just old but gold. You don't see anything made like those things anymore. I'm glad I bought them nonetheless. And now for something that's probably gonna make some of you guys cringe, and some of you guys might find it cute. I don't sleep with it anymore, but I keep it around the house sometimes. Since you guys saw it as a prop used, as I slept with it in the first video, I might as well tell you guys about it. So, no making fun of me, alright? I don't sleep with it anymore. Anyways, here's my stuffed dog. This is Dakota. It's a girl. I was given this for my 3rd birthday. It was a present from my Grammy, so it was very adorable. It's very big, as you can tell. It's like face is like that wide, and get the ear to flop over a little. That's how long it is. That's the cute little face there. Who knows, I might just have to take a nap with this thing one day. It's just so adorable. It's fun to cuddle and all that, but I know I look like a little bit of a weird child right now, and I'm sure you guys are like, dude, like, why are you taking out a child's toy on YouTube, reviewing that?
I love you so much, I can't even tell you how much I love you. You're special to me, you're special to me. I'm lucky to have you as part of my life. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you so much, I love you so much. I can't even tell you how much I love you. I love you so much.
Man, I'm sure my parents are wondering what the heck is wrong with me.